Alright, today we'll be going over how to make gears in SolidWorks using the SolidWorks toolbox, then how to make those gears into an assembly. So to start out, we'll start with a new assembly, let that load. We'll exit out of that. First thing we're going to do, start a new sketch on the front plane. We'll start by making a circle. So this first circle is going to have the same diameter as the pitch diameter of our first gear, which will be 6 inches. So we'll make that. We'll add another circle in. Maybe. Yeah. Alright, there we go. So we'll make this one the same diameter as our second gear, same pitch diameter. Same diameter as the pitch diameter of our second gear, 3 inches. We'll add a line in here, construction line. Just like that, make that horizontal. That really doesn't matter, just a personal preference thing. Accept that. Then we'll select both circles by holding down Control. Then make those tangent. Alright. So we'll accept that relation, and we'll go ahead and add a couple of circles. 2 more circles. These will be the same diameter as the shaft diameter that we choose. So do 1 inch and 1 inch. Alright. So now we're good to go, accept those dimensions. That's all you got to do sketch-wise if you're just doing 2 gears, which is all we're going to do today. So we'll X out of that. And now we can start putting our gears in here. To do that, we'll go over here to the design library, open that up, click on toolbox, and we'll add the toolbox in. The toolbox is really handy. You got a lot of different things in there you can add, bolts and screws, bearings, and whatnot. Makes it a lot easier instead of trying to design these parts on your own, which I've tried to do with gears. It takes a long time, and it seems like I never got them right. So when I found out about this, I was happy but also a little irritated that I hadn't found out about it sooner. But we'll just do spur gears today, and you just drag and drop them in, and then you can make all your changes over here. So you can change the pitch, number of teeth, pressure angle, width of the gear, anything you'd want to change you can. So we'll change the pressure angle. We'll leave that as a pitch of 6 and 36 teeth. For our shaft diameter, we'll go ahead and do 1 inch, and everything looks good, so we'll accept that. We'll exit out, and we'll do this again. Add another spur gear. This will be our second gear, and so for this one we'll do a pitch of 6, 18 teeth, 14.5 degree pressure angle, and we'll change our shaft diameter to 1. So accept that, exit out, and since the first gear that we placed is fixed, we'll select that, float it. Alright, and then we can start with our mates. So first mate we're going to do is mate the front face of these gears with the front plane. Accept that. Do that again with the other gear. Alright, we'll exit out of that. Situate these if we can. Alright, so now we'll do another mate. We'll make that concentric. That looks good. We'll make that concentric, not coincident. Alright, now view that in the front plane. Everything looks good. So we did these gears with equal modules, so there shouldn't be any interference. that's one thing you got to keep in mind whenever you're designing gears or assembling gears, whatever. Just make sure that the modules are equal, and then you shouldn't have any problems. Yeah, so we'll exit out. Actually, go back to mates. So now we have our gears in place. If you turn the gears right now, you can see the contact between the gears has no effect on them. So we'll situate these right about there where we want them to be, and then we can do our gear mates. So open up our mates. Gear mates are under mechanical mates. So there we go. And we'll just mate using our shafts. So we'll do a 2-to-1 gear ratio. And make sure we got everything selected. Alright, and we'll accept that. Now, as you can see, we did the 2-to-1 gear ratio. In the mates, it does say like the ratio is like teeth per inch, something like that. As long as you put the gear ratio in there, then you're good to go. So we'll hide that sketch, give a better view. And that's it. You can use that, made as many gears together as you want, do compound gear trains, planetary gear sets. Doesn't really matter. And with the toolbox, you have the option to just edit these gears. You can make all kinds of gears, different shafts. Really helpful if you've got a project or something that you're working on where you've got to design a lot of different types of gears, sizes of gears. It really expedites the process. So that's a simplistic gear mate, but like I said, it's really helpful, and that's it. So